catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.
Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending upon where you are in the world right now today. Because our guest is tuning in from Vietnamese, so I know that you may be getting in bed. It may be nighttime where you are right now. So I want to say thank you for joining. In a moment, I'm going to remove this photo and you're going to see my face. But I am Crystal, and my guest is a friend of mine. You may know her as Shay Williams or Shay Thompson, the nomadic one. Be my guest with Shay. It's a whole lot of ways you could know her. It's novelty Shay. I mean, she's a woman who has achieved so many things, and I'm just so excited to be able to share with her today. So before we do that, I just want to say, take a moment and let people know, yes, we're live. We're here. It's going down. We are about to get the real deal from Shay. You know, if you have been following Shay, you know she has been traveling around the world. And right now, it's about to be a live conversation with Shay. So let me remove this and say, welcome, welcome, welcome. I just want to go over a few housekeeping rules with you first so you just understand what's happening. Yes, it's story time. And story time is basically where human beings connect through life experiences. And we're going to talk about Shay's life experiences today. And we're generally here 8 p.m. on Wednesdays and 9 p.m. on Sundays, Eastern time. So once again, we know this is the global show. So if you just follow us, then you'll be able to understand exactly what time you can tune in. But thank goodness for the internet, because you can always hit the replay. So at this moment, we want to ask you to do us a favor and share this with 5 of your friends. If you're on the YouTube channel under Storytime with Shout Crystal, the channel is Storytime with Shout Crystal. Hit the share button on the bottom, and you'll see a little arrow, and you can share it to your page. So Shay, you can have your friend do that. She can go to YouTube, Storytime with Shout Crystal, and then she can hit that share button and put this on your page on Facebook or her page, and it'll be live. Okay. The other thing I want to say to you guys is please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Once again, the channel is Storytime with Shout Crystal. Storytime with Shout Crystal. All right. So I want you to get ready. I want you to get ready because I have a young lady that we want to welcome. We want to welcome her here. And we want to welcome her with rounds of applause. And we're going to bring her to the stage. And we are so excited. We are so excited. And it's always a pleasure to have someone that I know personally. And this is a young lady I know personally. So it just makes it even better when you have a personal connection. So I'm going to take a moment to bring her up. And we're going to give her a round of applause and welcome Miss Shay to the stage. Hey, girl. Are you with me? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can.
Well,
yes,
hello. Well, good evening to you, because I know it's nighttime where you are, right? What time is it in Vietnamese?
It's in Vietnam. It is 11. Oh, it's 10:39. Okay, 10:39.
10:39 p.m. Wow. And right now here we are sitting at 11:30 a.m. It's just amazing how when we go in different parts of the world, it's different time zones, you know. How you doing, baby girl?
I'm wonderful. Honestly, I'm blessed. I'm humble. Full of life, full of joy. I feel better, physically, mentally. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's countdown. Baby shower is in 3 days.
Oh,
Baby girl is having a baby
that's right.
boy, so I'm excited about that. And that's
Finally,
it.
the second boy.
Second boy. So I have one girl and two boys. And being a grandmother is such a joy. I know you know that feeling, man. Isn't it
It
something?
is.
It's
It
something
is.
about the grands. We love our children, but it's something
Right.
about those little
Those
bitty
grannies.
babies.
Right. And it's a joy to be able to send them home.
That's a
Send them
fact.
home, child. Send them
That's a
home.
fact. That's a fact.
Mhm.
So I love the outfit you got on. What you got on? Now I got on a moo.
Oh,
Here in the U.S. they call it a moo. But what you
yeah,
wearing, girl?
we
What
call
you
them.
wearing?
Well, this is not a moo. This is a custom made kimono.
What a kimono. Okay, so
Mhm.
you just getting really culturally diverse now, because
I I
oh
am.
my God,
I
you are just
am. That's
doing the
why I
doggone.
came here.
So for the people who never met Shay, we want to take it back to the beginning. First of all, tell the people who've never seen or heard of Shay before, like, who is Shay Williams? And take me back to Shay, the little girl. Who is Shay? Where is she from? What type of upbringing have
Well,
you had? Take me back
so
to the beginning.
I am, first of all, I'll say I'm 51 years old, born and raised in Richmond, California. Um, and life happened, had a baby, left the California, moved to Texas. After I moved to Texas, went to nursing school, moved to North Carolina, created my first business, which was Shay Sure Events. Then after that, I traveled around the country in the US and
Wait. You going too fast. You're going too fast. Wait,
oh,
wait.
because I
I
know
want
we
to know.
don't have that much time, so I'm trying to sum
Yeah.
it up for you.
No. I want to know, who is Shay, the little girl? Like, so which you said
Shay the little
California?
girl is
Was your
I
big
grew up
sister,
in a
little
culture.
sister? You had.
I I was the second oldest. My oldest sister, we are 11 months apart. And then uh I'm 51, so we stayed the same age for like I believe 4 or 6 days or something like that. And so I'm the next oldest, and then I have a biological baby sister and a biological brother, and then I have an adopted family as well.
So let
So
me ask you this, Shay. Was you always so outgoing as a little girl, or was you like in the class? Was you talkative, or
and
was you quiet?
and was talk too dang on much. Talk too much. Just talk. I was a teacher's pet. All that stuff. I was a soprano in our choir at church, big old mouth. So yeah, all
So
those
it's
great
not
things.
really a surprise to people in your family that you are so vocal now, because you've been vocal as a little child.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Was you a big dreamer?
Very big dreamer. I'm one of those children, or as an adolescent, I didn't grow up with knowing or with my biological father. I'm 51 and I still don't know him right now today. I don't even know if he's alive. I don't know his family.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm one of those kids in my family that don't know their father.
Wow. So talk to me about that for a moment, because right now, there's a big hot topic. Everybody talked about mental health and everything. And how does that how does that affect you? How does that impact you? Do you ever have thoughts like, I wish I knew who my daddy was? Do I look like him? I mean, have you seen pictures of him?
I've seen pictures, but they back then, pictures was Polaroids, and the pictures weren't great. So I really don't know what he looks like. But I have seen pictures, but you can't really tell. But so I don't know who I look like, honestly. But yeah, mental health is definitely, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's a big thing when you move abroad. But yeah, I don't know what he looks like, and it does affect my mental health. I'm 51 now, and so of course I think about who he is. Of course I've tried to find him. Of course I did my research. Of course I wanted to go on a talk show and find my dad. Of course all those things, but me being who I am, I don't think it's just about pride. I'm a Cancer as well, so I don't take rejection well.
Mm,
And I'm working on that. Still a work in progress at 51 years old. You hear me? So at the end of the day, some things kept me from wondering. I heard different stories, from my uncles or whatever and my cousins, and um but never seen him. So I don't know if
wow.
he's alive. And my mom, she doesn't remember, she doesn't recall at this stage in her life.
Yeah.
So it's just like beating a dead horse. So
Okay.
it's tough though. It's
It's tough.
definitely tough, but it's also makes me understand who I am and why I've made decisions in my adolescence as I did, and why I chose and made decisions that I did. So but I don't let that be the reason. You know
I
what I'm
got you.
saying?
I got you.
I
Well,
don't let
let
that
me
be the
ask you
reason.
this. If there's somebody watching now or comes back and does the replay, and they are a woman, had a baby, and they, for some reason, they're not getting along with the baby daddy or the father, and they want to try to keep the child away from the father, what would you say to them? I mean, because a lot of
I,
times they don't realize how much it really does to the child. What message would you give to
I'm
any
glad you
mother?
asked me that. What I will say to these young moms or up and coming moms, don't do that. Don't do that at all, because it's not hurting you. It's not hurting him. It's hurting that baby. And I was a product of that. So, from my understanding, my mom, claims that she was abused in her marriage. I later found out, I want to say maybe like some years ago, maybe 8 years ago or so, I figured out that she was married to this man. I had no recollection. But I would definitely tell anybody who's a parent, don't keep the baby away, because it's not hurting you. It's hurting the child. It's not hurting you, it's not hurting him. And the society we live in now, it's too easy for a man or the male species to get up and walk away. I mean, with no
Yes,
remorse.
it is. And
So,
I'm
but if
going to
you
tell you
have an
something else.
active father,
Yes,
or wants to be a part of that child's life, allow him.
yes.
Allow him.
And here's the deal. You might need to know something about their medical history that the child may need later on in
That's
life. They might
very
need to know how
important.
they match genetically. It may be important. It is so important that we be mature enough not to let our personal relationship, situationships, or whatever it is we have going
And
on
interfering
impact.
with co-parenting.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
I,
right.
I just don't recommend that, because like you said, DNA, medical reasons, whatever. Not only that, these kids today are coming up. They're different than we were. They're not as strong as we were as children.
Yes.
Um
Yes.
and
And
and it, and, and it
it's
hits
because of the
hard.
upbringing. It's because of the change of the time. It's because of
Exactly.
electronic. It's because of automation. We did things differently, Shay. Remember, we had like long division. I mean, we didn't have
Cursive
trigonometry,
writing,
all that stuff.
PE, home economics.
Yeah, yeah. And so
Oh,
these kids are like pushed out into the world to be
mhm.
adults. And do you remember this? How about this, Shay? How about when we were children? We wanted to be adults, right? And now people, I hear the kids saying, man, if I'd have known, I would have stayed a child because I don't want to be grown.
Absolutely.
It's too much responsibility.
Absolutely. I ain't ready to pay no rent. You don't know real rent, because rent back then was dirt cheap, but it was still high to us as
Wow.
children or teenagers or young adults, whatever. But it was manageable then. It's so not now. Like you said, they're being pushed out so fast with no tools.
Wow.
It starts
Wow.
at home.
It
It
does.
really
It
starts
does.
at home.
And I had a conversation with a young lady. She brought it up. We were at a domestic violence event last week, and she talked about how people say they raise their children. And she said, you don't raise children, you train children. You raise animals. And a
That's
lot of our children are not getting the training. When we came up, you had the OGs on the block, on the stoop, and if we went past them, they schooled us. And if we messed up and our parent wasn't home, our neighbor corrected us.
that's right.
Today, you don't even know your neighbor. You don't even
Absolutely
want to
not.
know your neighbor, and you dare not say
Absolutely.
nothing to the neighbor's child.
Right. Right. That part. I was able to get spanked by my neighbors, my aunties, my uncles, my neighbor around the corner, my best friend's parents, stuff like that.
Wow.
None of that
So
anymore.
wow. So that's dad. Now, mom, how is mom doing, Shay? How is mom doing?
Mom is good. She's still in the facility. She's trying to get stronger, and that's where we are with that.
I tell people right now, love on your family. Love on your
Hmm.
family because you don't know what tomorrow brings. You don't know
Hmm.
what tomorrow brings. You don't know what condition you're going to be in. You don't know how you're going to age. And a lot of time we take family for granted. And so I just want to say, make sure you love on your family. Family is
Or
important to
your
me.
family, let's just be clear here, or your family takes you for granted. So it works both ways.
Mm,
It works both
mm,
ways.
wow. Let's talk about that. I mean, you know what? As a parent, as a mom, I can appreciate that. We do understand, not just family, but people. People are transactional, Trey. Shay.
Oh, yes.
They're
Facts.
transactional. It's like, what can I get from this person? And when I can no longer get from
Exactly.
this person, I don't need them no more. I don't need to talk to them. I don't
Exactly.
need to.
Facts. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
man. So we know that we have to guard ourselves. We have to guard ourselves. So now, Shay, fast forward, you became an adult. And where'd you move to first when you left California?
Texas.
Texas. Wow. It's hot out there, man. That
In
humid.
2005.
Wow. How was Texas? Did you like Texas?
I lived in Houston 7 years. And then from Houston, I went to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And then for a year and a half. And then back from there, back to Houston. And then I went to nursing school. And then
Wow.
from there, I moved a couple of different other states, Seattle, Hawaii, yeah. And then back to Houston, and then I moved to North Carolina.
So let me ask you something, Shay. Since you moved so much, what was the cause of that? Was it because you just ambitious and you just go, like you just pick up and go? Do you know what it is that caused you to go so much like that?
Well, at the time, to be transparent, I was running from something,
Oh wow.
and so that's something forced me to change my life.
Okay.
That
So
was in 2005.
really,
Hmm.
so a lot of times we think we can run away from things. Was you able to achieve that, or did you have to get healing a different way? Was running the answer, or did you have to address it differently?
Well, I think I'm gonna be honest. Running saved my life because I feel like I believe that if I hadn't chose to leave California, I would be in the same predicament, the same situation, doing the same toxic crap that I was doing, you know, in my younger days. And so it saved my life.
Wow. So what I'm hearing from you is that we have to put ourselves first.
We do, definitely. And you got to know when. You have to know when enough is enough.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm. You heard that, ladies. So we can't get so caught up in our children, in our
Absolutely
in
not.
our parents trying to please them,
Absolutely
in
not.
our
Here I am in
spouses or
Vietnam.
significant others. We have to listen to ourselves, and at some point we have to do what we need to do for ourselves. I mean, and it's
Mhm.
okay. Is it okay? It's okay, Shay. It's okay to finally say, you know what? It's all about
Mhm.
me. I have to live
Oh,
life
yeah.
for me.
For sure. And that's how I was. I lived life for everyone else because I didn't have a father and I did make bad decisions. Um, and I'm just gonna be transparent. There was some dysfunctionalities and um sexual abuse in the home that I grew up in. And so those things all played a part in my life. I don't forget it. Do I use it as a crutch today? No. Is it hard to forget about that? Yes, because I was a victim. Um, is it something that's a continuous healing? Absolutely. We say we forgive and we forget. I believe that's the dumbest, excuse my French, I think that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Because trauma is trauma. And that's where our mental health steps in. Trauma is trauma. And there is no date, no stopping period, no say, hey, I'm over the trauma and move forward. For me, I just believe that to heal properly and to be completely healed, it's a day-to-day basis, one day at a time. It's nothing that, oh, I can go to therapy today for 2 years and then I'm all better. Absolutely not, because you have these different stages in your life. You come from a newborn to a toddler, adolescence to a teenager to a young adult, and then a young lady, and then a woman, and then a grown woman, and then an older woman, and then a senior. So it's constant, it's levels to this ish. You know what I'm saying? And in each of those levels, I realized that one thing, well, not one thing, but multiple things, it's I'm taking it with me to different levels of my growth. And those different levels are different lenses that I'm looking out of. You know what I'm saying? It's made me stronger. I'm definitely gonna say that. It's definitely made me stronger. I look at it through a different lens all the time, each level that I get to. And it makes it easier. It makes it easier. But it's nothing that's something that you say, oh, okay, let's go to therapy for 13, 20 years and I'm healed. No. Oh, I don't know what happened to the sound.
You hear that?
I don't know. Oh, okay, now I hear. I
You
can
hear
hear
this
you
right
now.
here?
No, I don't hear it.
That's a heartbeat. Like you might not hear, but the people hear what it is. It's a fast heartbeat because people have anxiety because they go
Oh
through. And
yeah.
you dropped the bomb on there when you said, when you talked about the levels, when you talked about, because what happens, Shay, is we can't choose this life, and once we're born into it, it just happens. It goes, and as you said, we go into these stages from being a toddler to the adolescence to to the teenager, and it just keeps going and going, and we can't stop it. And some of us are not ready. Some of us are not mentally,
Hello. Right.
emotionally,
Right.
spiritually. We physically grow.
Hmm.
Our body
Right.
physically grow. We
Right.
get taller.
But your
Our,
mental.
our features change.
Right.
Some women, they get boobs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we're
Right.
not there. We're not there. And
Right.
so that's deep. That's deep
Yeah.
because in the
And nobody
process,
teaches you. It's not in a book how to teaches you how to deal with childhood trauma on these different levels of your growth physically. We got
wow,
a thing called menopause. Nobody ever told me about.
them hot flashes, girl. Woo! Have
So
you
I'm
had hot
dealing with that.
flashes?
Look, so I'm
Girl.
dealing with that and trauma. God dang it, if I ain't crazy, I'm strong.
Yo, yo, yo. I never knew what it was like to get heat from the inside out.
On the inside out. And luckily, because I'm a nurse, I understand the different levels and I understand the body and how the anatomy works, and it all makes sense. It's science, but
So
you just gotta.
imagine the person who doesn't have the skills that you have, the medical background, the understanding. They're just going through it. They don't have nobody.
Yeah, do
They
it.
don't have nobody explaining it to them. They
Yeah,
just trying to figure it out. So
right.
it's a
Because
ball
nobody
of
explained it to
confusion.
me. Did your mom explain it to you?
I would not those stages. I mean, I had a older sister and brother. So sometimes when you have an older sibling, they kind of school you on some things. But
Uh-huh.
like you said, there's a lot of us that we don't have the guidance. So we just figure stuff out on our own. Now, guess
Right.
what? A lot of people use today is good old YouTube University. A lot
That's
of
right.
people,
Thank
you know,
God for you too.
we grew up with encyclopedias.
Right.
See how time
Right.
changed? We grew up with encyclopedias and books. Today, everything they find it on the good old phone. They find it on the internet,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so and you got to be careful about that. You got to be careful
You
who you
really
listen
do.
to.
You really do. I tell my patients all the time, stay off Google and stop trying to self-diagnose yourself. Because that's what's gonna kill you. Don't do that. Don't do that. I say it all
Wow.
the time. It's
Dang.
it's helpful and it's hard not to look, but at some aspect, because I'm so holistic at this point in my life, at some aspect, you're gonna need a blood workup. You're gonna go and gonna need to be able to check your blood and check your levels and see what's going on. It's the body, for God's sakes. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
human body. It's anatomy. You know, you can't do it yourself.
Shay, but a lot of people run from that. I have people I know that
Absolutely,
they
they
don't
do.
go, they won't get a checkup. They won't. Some people have never had a mammogram.
Hmm.
They've never had a colonoscopy. They've never had a
Hmm.
PAP, but they just run. Not only
Hmm.
do some people run, but some people don't even have medical insurance. And
Hmm.
so I'm here to
Hmm.
tell you guys, you need to get insurance. And I think that's a good time for me to, that's a good sidebar. That's a good sidebar for me to do this right quick. Commercial break. Let me tell you, that's a good time for me to tell you, get this book I have here, Final Wishes from your girl here wrote it. You know, that's me back in the day when I used to have that little cut. But on that note, get this book because I talk about the importance of insurance. You need insurance. This talks about life insurance and many other insurance, but I just had to throw that plug in there. I thought that was a good time to throw that plug. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. I think you've done an amazing job. Let me just give you your flowers. To
Hmm.
have gone through everything you have gone through, to have ran and relocated as many times as you have, and to see what you have done after all that. I mean, all the different business endeavors that you succeeded at, not just tried, not just
Hmm.
started, but succeeded.
Yeah.
Everything that you did well, Shay. You did
Hmm.
well. Let's start out with be my guest with Shay. I when I first met you, that's the phase you were in. You were in
Hmm.
that phase where you were doing shows, you were interviewing people, you were putting on live events, and man, look at how you did that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I
so
uh I did, and that was part of my destiny. I manifested my lifestyle because those were the things that I wanted to do. Those are the things that I wanted to do, and I done it, but because it depleted me.
mm,
It depleted me. Be my guest talk with Shay. Shay Shore Events, which was the mother board. What else?
it's novelty, the
It's my
t-shirts.
it's my novelties and printing. It's your curves. My trucking company. Like all that depleted me. Like I was doing everything and done everything that I possibly could do to not only to just live, but also, for me to be able to be successful. And the one thing that I figured out is that I was running from me, making
Mm,
everybody else happy. You know what I'm saying? Doing what they wanted me to do. But what about Shay? What about what I want? I want to heal. I want to stop crying at night, thinking about who my daddy is. I want to stop crying at night, harping on the molestation. I want to stop crying at night, wanting a better relationship with my family members. I want to stop crying at night. But how do I do that when I got so many things that I have to be, responsible for? When do
yeah,
I
yeah.
have the time to just sit back and just do absolutely nothing?
So
Sit
give
back
me
and love on myself. I don't didn't even know how to love on Shay. I never even knew what the heck that was.
wow, wow. So Shay, I want you to tell the people, how did you figure it out? How did you come to the conclusion that it's time for me to look after me? I can no longer run. I can no longer take care of everybody else. I can no longer stretch myself thin. I can no longer hide.
Hmm.
Talk to me because there's somebody out there still doing all those things. So as I put the camera on you right now, I want you to speak to the people who battling those different things and tell us, what did you do to finally break the cycle and figure it out?
So one thing that I can say, as I've been in therapy for the last 5, 6 years, and my therapist just always has have told me that, Shay, it's okay that you don't want to go to work today. Now you probably won't have no money for your rent to pay, because there's consequences. But it's okay to feel that. It's okay to feel like, hey, I don't want to answer my phone today. So my therapist played a big part in my healing. Thank you so much. In my healing. And I knew that if I stayed in the States, it just will never happen. It will never happen. I was gonna die still with all them many hats that I wore. Everybody was gonna come to my funeral, fake cry, cry for lying, all the stuff, you know. And I still would leave this world unhealed. I still would leave this world unhappy. I still would have left this world not knowing who I am as a person, not knowing the things I like. And, that was a big thing for me, being in a relationship. And my partner said, What what is it that you like to do?
Ooh.
Do
And
you
and
know
and
I had
and
no
you had to
clue?
think about that. Wow.
I thought about it and came up with nothing.
Wow.
What is it that I like? I don't know. What is it I like? So pushing past that, moving forward, looking at through a different lens of me, I said I had to leave. I got to
Mm,
go because as long as I stay here, I'm going to be answering to somebody all the time. If it's not my kids, my family, my mom, my customers, my patients, my therapists, my
wow.
staff, my drivers. I mean, it's just constantly always something. I just needed to be I need quiet. I need peace. I need those things to shut off. And not
Wow.
only that, I was diagnosed with ADHD. I mean, I don't sleep. I'm doing better these days. I'm getting about maybe 6 hours now, which is very good. And I'm just gonna be honest with all my business owners out there, take some time for you, man.
Mm,
Because mental health is serious. I was going crazy. I was diagnosed with mental health, PTSD, depression, bipolar. I mean, all these things, severe anxiety. And that's what the States brings you because you got to wear all these hats and you running, 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 and never have a moment for yourself. Never stop to say, oh, but you can't stop because you got rent to pay, or you got to pay for your brick and mortar business, or this light bill is done, or this truck these 4 tires just got, or somebody done ran the truck, the trailer, done fell off the back, or one of your clients from the Medi Spa is unhappy with their lymphatic massage, they got
wow.
lumps. And so you got to go make house calls. And then somebody in your print shop don't like this I, the way you dotted the I on the car. I mean, it's a mess. It's crazy.
Wow. So and I thought about one more thing you did too, because you had a physical change. You changed because you had the surgery, right?
I had the surgery. I did.
So we need to talk about that. So you were searching and you went through a lot of changes mentally, emotionally, physically. I mean, you
Mhm,
went through all
mhm,
of the changes.
mhm,
So
mhm.
so you chose yourself, and I have to say that was a brave one. So Shay, one day you just sat down and you just said, you know what, I got to get the heck out of the United States. I got to go. How did you get there? How did you get to that
I
point?
so I don't know. One of my darkest days, I do remember I connected with a young lady named Stephanie Perry, and it's so ironic because her and I share the same birthday. My birthday is on the 8th, and her birthday is on the 9th. And I, I said it was a godsend because I saw her on YouTube about Black women always having to be strong, always having to work a job. And she taught, and I want to shout out Stephanie Perry right now because she's dope. And she is the one that catapulted this whole entire, not this move per se, but me leaving the country. She has a organization called Exodus Summit. She
Well, shout
teaches
out
you.
to Stephanie Perry. Applause for
Yes,
her. Yeah.
ma'am. And Rashida Graves, I gotta give them their props, man, because I just sat in their house, in my house, and every chance, every moment I got, I tuned into her. I tuned into her on YouTube, and she teaches you how to live abroad and how not to have to wait on a paycheck and how to live abroad successfully without having a physical job. So I've watched her build her organization for the last 6 years, and I think she's like 73,000 strong right now. And she's dope. Her and Rashida Graves, she's dope. And it's huge. She does Exodus Summit. It's a conference. I think she does it twice a year now. At first it was just one time a year. But yeah, her and then amongst other people, getting my spirituality together because I was in such a dark place. And so coming upon that and that awakening, that happened. And finally I just said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna step out on faith. And me traveling everywhere in the States, I've also not only just traveled to different countries, but Thailand was the first country that I traveled to and stayed a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And once I did that, it was over. The peace that I found that I had been chasing for so many years. There's no way that I'll have to go back to this hustle and bustle. So I had to plant my feet and manifest this move for myself because I had to talk to the good old Lord. I had to say, look, Lord, I can't no more. Either I'm gonna be crazy, on these United States streets, or I'm gonna be on drugs. One of the two, because all this medicine that they giving me, I'm gonna be addicted to something.
Wow.
So in order, I mean, and that's what I find in the States, it's we're so medicated. That's not what I want for myself. I want to be able to feel, I want to be able to live, I want to be able not to have anxiety. I want to be able to walk outside and breathe the air and not feel like somebody's out to get me. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch your back too much. It's just a bunch of different components that comes with that.
Wow.
And when I moved to Thailand, it was a freedom that and a peace that I can't even explain. All I can say is you got to try it. I can't even explain it.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. Thailand looked absolutely beautiful,
It is
and
gorgeous.
it looked absolutely beautiful. And Shay, you
Mhm.
talked about something. You talked about just wanting to run. So I asked a question, and that is, have you ever felt like running from something? And
At
if
this
you've
point in my
ever
life,
felt like, not you, but to the people listening, if you've ever felt like running from something, then you heard her say she had therapy. You heard her say that she spoke to someone. So you obviously have to figure out what it's going to be, and then you have to go talk to someone. Get
you
some
got to.
help, whether it's spiritual
Yeah, you
counseling,
you got to.
medical
I
counseling,
encourage it.
someone, because if you don't, it's going to eat you up inside, and you're going to go
Mhm.
through a lot of changes. Shay, you went through a lot of changes until you got that help, didn't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when I say a lot of changes, it was my own mental that I never dealt with, the traumas from childhood, that I never dealt with. And that's because that I wore so many hats. I didn't
Yes.
have the time to deal with me. I didn't have time to heal. I didn't have time, and I'm just going to be real, to train up my child. And of course, my kids are wonderful. They're great and everything. But I didn't have time to sit down and explain to them. They know my story, granted, but I couldn't teach them how to heal. That's something that I couldn't teach them because I didn't know myself.
So
So
how
how
are
do I
they?
do that?
How are they?
How could I done that?
How are they handling the move? Like, when do they understand why you did what you did? Now, are they kind of getting it?
So, my baby girl is now 18, which is your baby. Your baby you stole from me. No.
Yeah, I gotta see her. She's so beautiful. I need to see Destiny, man. Oh my God, she's a beautiful girl. I'm
Yeah.
so proud of her. And
Yeah, she is.
but I think it's the communication process, right? I haven't spoken to her in a long time. I'm sure probably Drika probably spoke to her in the last week or so. But I
Mm,
know that as we make decisions in life, as we go through things, and you said something that was so deep, because you said you could no longer function successfully as a mom because you had to do you, because as we're coming up, as we have these children, as we fall into this role of motherhood, right?
motherhood and
Because
being the
we have to, we're
provider.
doing because we
Don't
have to,
forget the provider.
we're doing what we have to because it's our obligation, it's our responsibility. But
Mhm.
sometimes we going through some stuff personally. And so
Mhm.
I applaud you. I applaud you for recognizing that as you were juggling different businesses, that you were moving, as you were trying different things, that you realized you were battling something inside and that you needed to get better personally for yourself in order to be who you need to be for them.
For
And to
sure.
do that, you had to remove yourself and go to a whole nother country.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
applaud you. Now, some of us don't go to that extreme, but I applaud you for wanting to. Your end goal was, I want to be right so that I can teach my kids how to heal. So whether they
Mhm.
understand that or not, you had very good intentions. Your intentions is you need to be whole so that you can finally give them what they need. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? So my question to you
Facts.
is, have they heard you say that, and do they understand really why you did what you did, and how are they dealing with that?
Well, I think now they accept it better. Me being in Vietnam, the Thailand thing was definitely an eye opener for both of them. And when I came home and said I'm no longer living in the States, they didn't understand at first. And they went along with it and thought that I was okay. It's just my mom talking. She's not going to do anything. But when I tell you I left Thailand and prepared and put myself in position to be able to be okay financially abroad, they saw that.
Wow.
They saw my preparations.
Mm.
They saw me preparing to be able to remove myself from the States, for however long that this country, and this may not be the end all for me, but um this is where I am now and I'm happy. And so they understand because I'm still a mom. I still send money way from dang on Vietnam. I still make phone calls. Where you at? Why I can't see you? You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Why
That's
your
right.
360 not on?
Okay.
Are you eating? And let's be honest, are you smoking weed? I'm just, me, I keep it real from the
Are you
hip. You
having
know me.
sex? Are you
Are you
dropping
having
drugs?
sex?
You
Are
asking all the
you
questions.
exactly?
So let's go
Exactly.
back to something. You said something very key. You said they saw the preparation. Let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about that for a moment, because I remember when you were showing me Thailand, and God, Thailand looks so beautiful. I remember when we went live and you were walking around, and oh my God, I definitely want to travel. I hate that you left before I could get there, because I was coming. I was definitely coming. But
But you still could
you,
come.
yeah, I'm still, yeah, but I'm talking about Thailand. I'm saying I'm
But
going.
no, Thailand is an hour and 40 minutes away. You still can come.
Okay, so when I come, we could do both. I get to see
Yeah,
Vietnamese and
absolutely.
Thailand. Okay, but
Yeah.
Shay, talk about the research you did before you left, because if somebody wants to go, they don't understand what it takes or how you need to figure out something first before
For
you
sure.
even take that first step. So you
That's
did some
that's
research.
very important. That is so important, and I harp on this as if me eating breakfast or feeding myself. It is very important to do your own research. We have in place these influencers. Now, Thailand is like, for me, it's taboo, it's tainted because it was so pure when I was there. And it wasn't as many influencers as there are now today. And making it look so easy. And oh, you can live here for $400. Yeah, sure you can, but they don't tell you that it's a hot box that is 32 square meters, whatever that is, converted over into feet. You know what I'm saying? But it's very small. So they don't tell you that. But what I will say is do your due diligence, because before I even planned that Thailand trip, I researched everything, the law, how to say hello and goodbye for 3 years straight. I researched continuously until I finally bought that ticket. So I did prepare, and I
Three
and it
years?
wasn't as yeah, I prepared 3 years because, and the reason it was 3 years, it wasn't specifically Thailand. I was finding my way. So first it was Johannesburg and Cape Town. Those things, and watching it, and as I'm still, doing my thing as a parent and the business owners and stuff, um, things started changing with Johannesburg and Cape Town, Africa. So the prices started going up and things started changing at a rapid pace. And then, so I started research in Mexico. Mexico is a real hot spot. And but okay, I don't think I can say that on here.
So when
But
you say hot
yeah.
spot, you mean it's like people want to go there. It's popular. You mean it's popular. You mean
No, it's really expat friendly. People, a lot of people move to Mexico because it's just right there at the border and it's connected to the United States, where you can just cross the border, and it's easy.
okay.
It's very easy. Um, and I
It's
didn't
a
want to eat
lot of things I
tacos
know, and
all the
I know
time.
you're being cautious about what you say. Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna say this: when I went to Greece, I met a sister from New York, and she loved Greece. Greece, she said she loved because in Greece, everybody gets free medical insurance.
Healthcare. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so it,
If you're a resident though, people don't people don't break stuff down, and that's the other thing. You got to learn the laws. I learned how the visa system work in Thailand, how it was to become a resident in Thailand, how it is to be a retiree in Thailand. All those different things play a factor, and people fail to realize that they don't mention that. It's just all glamorous. And I definitely did my research on all of that because I wanted it to be permanent.
yeah. So when you look at retiring, if a person had a career in the United States working for government, is it transferable?
As far as your career, that's up to the country. I mean, that's up to the company to be able to
Yes.
work remotely. That's the
Hmm.
only way that can get done. And
Well,
a lot of companies are cracking down on that remote work.
yeah. And so those are the type of questions you have to find out. Like, do your benefits work if you move to another country?
No. So and I'm not promoting it, but safety wing, I'm gonna need you to give me my props. So it's important to get you medical insurance because your medical insurance is not transferable here in any country.
wow.
But
And
if
then
you have safety wing, it's travel medical insurance. You can get everything as long as you can pay for it. And I strongly encourage anybody who's moving abroad to get it
safety
because you
wing,
never safety wing, safety wing,
safety
W
wing. I'm
I
gonna put that in here.
W
Safe.
I N G. I definitely encourage people to get that because the coverage is so widespread. It covers a lot of different things, and be careful on the travel medical insurance that you do that you do choose to get because everybody is not on the up and up.
Mm,
These
yeah.
companies,
So
you have to be very, 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 very aware of. You get these scams, and you come across a lot of this stuff a lot of times. And I do say Safety Wing has been the safest for me, and a couple of other friends that I know.
so
But it's
you're
on a reimbursement program, so you're gonna have the upfront money to pay, and then they reimburse you.
So is there an amount that you think a person should have if they were going to try to relocate? I've seen, like you said, you have influencers that say, "Oh, you can move here for this amount," but minimum, if there was a minimum, and also take in consideration the conversion because over there it's a different currency, though you have to be able to understand the difference. Okay, so you need to be able to go and do your conversion and calculate how much money you have now and how much would that be when you go to that country. So those are
Mm-hmm.
things you have to
Mm-hmm.
know. But what
Mm-hmm.
would you say is the minimum amount a person doesn't even need to consider moving unless they have?
Consider the minimum amount.
I mean, a
It just
thousand dollars, five
depends.
hundred.
I wouldn't even say that because everything is changing. Inflation done hit everybody's country, including Vietnam. So, Thailand, it was very reasonable, very cost effective when I first went there. When I'm not even gonna lie, when I landed off the plane, when I left the United States, I had $200 in my pocket. By the time I got there, I had seven. And I'm just gonna toot my own horn. I'm one of them babies. I step out on faith. I'm a risk taker all the time. I wouldn't suggest anybody to do that. I wouldn't suggest it. But I'm one of them ones, I'm a chosen one. And so I manifest everything that I want, and God makes a way for me. He always
Wow.
does. But what I will say is don't do it, and don't do that because I could fall at any day. When I came to Vietnam, I made sure that I had at least a capital of $20,000.
And your first stop.
in my pocket,
Wow.
in
Wow.
my pocket,
And
and
the first
everything
stop
else
is
credit.
going to be that money exchange. You got to exchange the money, right? When you
I
get
wouldn't
there,
advise exchanging money at the airport because they're going to charge you the most.
definitely. But
Mhm.
you will have to exchange your money, so you need to
And you
make sure
will.
that
You will. So the minimum amount that I would say, it just depends on what you're trying to do. If you're just going to scout around and what we call bopping around the country, and you're only going to be there a couple months or as long as your visa lasts, I would say $5,000 would be, because that'll give you, your Airbnb cost if you choose an Airbnb, your hotel cost if you choose that. And it depends on how long you're going to stay, spending money, eating. Me, I'm not a foodie, so my food always costs $15 and $20, because if I can't recognize it, I ain't eating. So I always revert to the American food. I try, everything once in a while, but yeah. And then you got to factor in your shopping and excursions and stuff like that. So I would say don't leave the house without $5,000. Just don't. I wouldn't.
wow.
You got to
So
factor in,
Shay,
make sure you have a round trip
take
ticket, because you just never know what can happen. It's just that
that's
serious.
important, and you have to know where you're going to stay because you have to fill those forms out. You have to
Yeah,
fill those
yeah.
forms out.
Your
So, what are
accommodations
some
is very
valuable
important.
lessons?
One
So, what are
valuable
some
lessons
valuable
that
lessons that you
I want
learned?
to tell the world that I've learned here lately. When you go abroad, when you live abroad, you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your mental. You can't leave the states with the same mentality that you have. You have to change your mindset. It's super important. You have got to change your mindset. You cannot bring the same mindset that you lived in the states to another country. It's just not going to work. You're not going to have a good time. And that's where I messed up at. Like I said, I prepared to leave, and I had changed my mindset to be open. But what I didn't prepare myself for was the people, and we're not talking about the locals. We're talking about the other foreigners that you're going to come in contact with, the other Americans that you're going to come in contact with. And the reason I'm saying this is because I was just here fighting for my life. Do you hear me? Fighting for my life. This is going to be a whole brand, and it's called Fighting for My Life Abroad. That's how
Wow.
serious this thing was. So I encourage, and the reason why I encourage you to change your mindset on people and to protect your mindset and to protect yourself is because people that are coming from America, and I can only speak from America because the young lady who played in my face, and I'm just gonna keep it solid because people, I gotta tell the story.
Yes.
Um, she she was a young lady of a good friend of mine, and it was her daughter. And so I came here to visit, and she became in this situation where she had to leave her apartment because a lot of foreigners are over here, just over here living, right? With no income because it's so cheap. And everybody comes over here thinking that, oh, they can start a business or whatever, and it don't pan out. Long story short, I allowed the young lady to live with me. It didn't work out, so I had to cut ties with that. Come to find out, a couple weeks later, the police was knocking on my door. This young lady said that I sexually assaulted her daughter, not in my house but at the beach. And so I'm just going to be real raw and uncut about it and real transparent. And so I was fighting for my life here. The police, I was at the police station for days on end. Thank God. I have to shout out Vicky and Mazo Anderson. I really want, and my landlord, my Vietnamese landlord, because they had my back the entire time. Because how dare you? So I'm saying that to say people are out here playing games, and they're gonna do whatever it takes to survive.
So hold
to
on one moment.
survive.
I missed that because Frederica just called me, so I missed what you said. So what did she
Oh,
do?
okay. This young lady was living with me, and the only reason why I decided to, let her stay with me is because she was my friend's, one of my good friend's daughter,
I heard that
and
part.
she had a baby, 4 years old, and I'm a grandma. I didn't want to see the young lady and the baby on the street. That's just not my nature. I'm a very caring and and nurturing person, and so I allowed her to live with me on a temporary basis. It didn't work out, and so I had to terminate that and gone about my way. Needless to say, I didn't know she was in the background conspiring against me, and so she went to the police and said that I sexually assaulted her daughter at the beach, not in my home, but at the beach. So, with me being a victim as an adolescent. How dare you? I have a granddaughter, 7 years old. I have two kids. But anyway, I said all that to say because I was out here fighting for my life. I had to go
Yeah,
to the
because
embassy.
so hold on one second. So you both were from the United States. She was from the
Hmm.
States too. She
Hmm.
said she gave a false report that said that you did that
Yes.
to her child. So now they come and get you.
Yep. They came to my house and we're at the police station for 3, 4 days in a row. And where this supposedly assault happened was at the beach. And they did a full investigation. They did a full workup on the child at the hospital. Nothing panned out, but she has some mental illness,
Wow.
severe mental illness that I had no idea about. And so this young lady played on this story, and from my understanding she's still on the internet playing on this story right now,
Wow.
using this story, and people are donating to her
Oh
so she
man.
can survive. So I
Right.
said all that to say it's not even that you have to beware of the locals, it's the foreigners.
So did
Don't
you
come over
contact her
here.
mother? Does her mother know she's doing all this? Your
Her
friend?
mother knows everything. Her mother was a witness on, during the whole entire time. Like, it's just bizarre how it happened. But one thing I can say, I thank God. I thank God for grace. I
Yes.
thank God for healing,
Yes.
because had it been a few years ago before I was in this period of my life, um, I'd have pulled up.
I was getting ready to say,
I would have pulled up. And the day I found out I was gonna pull up, but another young lady deleted the address. So I couldn't
wow.
pull up.
Wow.
So I said all that to say you got to be careful of your surroundings. You have to be careful of other foreigners, and usually it's another American, because people are not on the up and up in foreign countries, and they try to play on you. And come to find out, I was just another victim. This young lady has been using this sexual assault story across the board, from the child not being in school, that she claimed that another child sexually assaulted her at the school. Come to find out, another young lady was paying her rent because of a sexual assault story of the little. So it was just a multitude of things. It was multiple things. And I just was another victim. And
Wow.
she was not happy about me putting her out.
I bet she wasn't. And here's the
I
thing.
had no clue. I
Right.
had no clue.
Right. Because you did it on the strength of your relationship with her mom. Now
That's
that's
it.
why it's important that we do have to do our research. And you said something when you're in another country, you gotta vet people, man. You need to know,
You sure
like, and
did.
you can't be,
Hmm.
you can't be too easy.
To
You
befriend people. You can't. And that's what another thing I want to tell people. You lack community when you live abroad. You have to make your own community, but you have to vet them people. And I thank God for what I've been through. I'm grateful for what I've been through. Um, it was hard, Crystal. When I tell you it was hard, baby, I had to go to the embassy. I was fighting for my
I know
life out
because
here.
I was talking to you during that time. I was like, "What's happening?" You was like, "Girl," I was like, "That had to be scary because you know how
It
people
was
get over there and
very
they won't let you.
scary.
They won't let you. If you were trying to come home, they wouldn't let you come home, or they
The
treat you differently.
language barrier was the number one factor.
Wow.
But I do, I, looking back on it, I remember how one of my girlfriends here, Victoria, shout out to her, and she has a business, thriving business, 16 years. It's called Cocoa Cream. So I got to give her props and shout her out in Charlotte. And so I do want to say she was a number one factor in this whole thing, as far, and Mazo Anderson, and she's a businesswoman, and she was from Winston-Salem.
Wow. So they spoke up on your, so you had to have witnesses, a character references, so to speak.
Pretty much. When the laws is so different, they do things on their own time, whenever they want to. There's no rhyme or reason. So I was at the mercy of these people. Nobody
Yes.
told me to come home, but I, in my heart of hearts, I couldn't come home not knowing the end of all this. I needed to reach out to some other people that I'm in a that I network in, because I needed a translator. I
Yeah.
mean, it was crazy. The
Wow.
doors was being slammed. The FBI is involved. It was crazy, Crystal. It was crazy. But I thank God, because one, like I said, Vicky, she kept telling me, she was like, Shay, I really admire, you going through some heavy stuff right now, but the sense of calm that I
Yes.
see in you. And
Yes.
that wasn't nothing but the grace of God.
And
Because
then
you
you
know me.
stayed. And
You
then you,
know me. I pops off.
yeah. And then you stayed after it all because, you
And
didn't
then
run.
I
You
stayed.
didn't
I
run.
did not allow, because all I heard God saying is, no fight or flight no more, Shay. You got to face this one. You got to face it.
Well, I'm
And
glad that you
throughout
made it.
therapy, I'm not on any medication, and just being clear headed and just staying focused, and my spirituality and the network that I've created for myself, it's it's all paid off, and I'm here today and home to talk about it. I never went to jail.
Right.
Come to find out, and they found out that she's a scam
Wow.
artist, and this is what she does to take care of her child. And I strongly encourage everybody, be careful in these abroad streets, because it is not nice. It's not nice. Only the strong will survive.
And you know what,
It
Shay?
looks good. It looks good on paper and YouTube, but when it comes to the mental, and we're talking the food, everything tastes the same to me now. So I'm starting to cook. When you're used to a certain regimen, like my holistic practices or my teas and my CMOS, those things are really hard to to obtain. And then you got the tariffs, this new stuff that's all
Yes.
coming up with
Yes.
with your president. And so I've really been on the hunt, like really been on the hunt, just trying to get back to my mental, trying to heal myself, with the swelling that I go through, because lymphedema runs in my family. So it's a bunch of things that people don't talk about on YouTube, that I strongly encourage you guys to think before you move abroad. Do your due diligence and research.
Not just moving abroad, but traveling abroad. And then not only that, but even in the States. Like
Even in the
we're living
States.
in times where people are going to extreme measures to
Mm-hmm.
scam, hack,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
lie,
Yep.
steal.
And even with medication in the States, going to the doctor in the States is a joke now. You got 10 to 15 minutes, and the doctor ain't heard nothing you said, but he said this, boom, bam, bam, rice and oats, and he out. And I know that from not just experience, but because I'm a nurse and I see it. And I always told my patients, get a second opinion. I still do right now today. Get a second opinion. If you weren't clear, stand up for yourself when it
Yes.
comes to your
Yes.
health. You
Yes.
got to advocate for you. And if you don't understand something, just because he the doctor does not make it so.
And ask questions. Ask them how they came to that.
Ask
Ask
questions.
them, if it's
Mhm.
like, is it possible it could be something else? I mean, uh what made them come to that conclusion? Like make
It's
them explain
important.
to you how they get
And
it.
make them make you understand.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if he
that's
can't or she can't, that doctor can't, that's not the one for you.
man. Wow.
I
Well,
mean,
I'm proud.
it's a,
I'm
it's a
proud of you.
lot.
I'm proud of you for sticking and staying because I probably would have left and went to another city because you
And listen, not once, Crystal, did I say in my mind I'm going home. Not
not even if
once.
going home, but going to it. Like, what's the next
A
city over
different
from
country.
you?
The next city is, I mean, there's multiple cities in Vietnam, but I went to the city where the embassy is where the consulate is located. So I needed to go and plead my case. I needed to go. I was terrified with that. I'm not even gonna lie. I was terrified. I was very scared. It was definitely a scary situation, especially of the allegations.
Yes,
They
because
were
you don't want
so
that.
far
You don't
fetched.
want that on your record. You don't want to have
Absolutely
a
not.
record.
Absolutely not. But I prayed every day, and I was so frustrated that I didn't even have time to be sad. I told God, listen, this allegation here is far fetched because I'm a victim. God, I need you to fix this. And
So did
now
they remove it? Did they
it
remove it?
wasn't. It's nothing on my background.
Okay, cool. Cool.
They knew that she was lying.
Okay. So
They
her
knew she was lying.
her reputation superseded
It's bad.
everything.
Yes,
Wow. So
and it's
let me
really
ask you
bad.
this. So I'm so sorry you went through that. I'm glad that you overcame that. I remember when you were in Thailand, you met a lot of people, and I know in Thailand they stick together like the Americans stick together. Like when you come over there, that y'all had like a whole group of y'all that were kind of together, and then
There's
it was very
definitely a black
welcoming.
community. There's
Wow,
definitely, and there's a black community here too.
really?
Yeah,
And what's
there's
the
a black
crime
community.
rate like there? Is the crime rate
That's
or
that's
is there
the
one?
other thing for me. Peace is so important, and so this is why I chose to leave because my peace, the crime, being able to live life on my terms, a life of ease, cut the hustle and bustle. Those things are so major factors for me. And my door is open right now, and it's probably 12 o'clock. And my door and my curtains and everything is just open. And the only thing, I'll just be honest, the only thing that you might have to worry about is a damn rat coming in here. But people coming in your house, nah. You don't have to worry about that. And you can walk the streets all, and I've done it. Be at the beach all night. Unfortunately, we're in typhoon season right now. We're in an active storm.
So
But
so wait a minute,
there's
hold on.
no
So
guns. There's no guns here.
they're not allowed.
They're not allowed in Southeast Asia. And Southeast Asia covers big territory. We're talking Thailand, we're talking China, Japan, uh, 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 South Korea, North Korea, Vietnam, Cambodia. Uh, Dang, I feel like I'm leaving something
And,
out,
and,
but
and, and you've been to some of these. You actually went around and you went on
absolutely.
mopeds and all kind of stuff. You've been on
And
mopeds riding the
that's
street.
the way of life here. Motorbikes are a way of life here. That's why it's so important. I stress again, I encourage people to get your your travel insurance because anytime you can have an accident. I'm not a biker. I'm not a bike rider, but every now and again, my Vietnamese, shout out to No. Hi No, I love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love her to death. She's the only one that I feel comfortable enough to ride the motorbike with, and she
It's
drives very
crazy because they
careful.
be zipping through. I saw that. Where was I at? Frederica and I were for her
Absolutely.
birthday. We
I
went
done seen a
to.
couple accidents, and I'm gonna just be honest. When you have accidents over here, foreigners are always wrong, even if you weren't.
So
Even if
and
you
they
weren't.
ride families on these mopeds.
The babies, let's not forget and mention the dogs, furniture, whatever else they can fit, and they're so resourceful. They're so resourceful. They gonna put a whole family on there and move some furniture and everything else, groceries,
Wow,
everything,
furniture. Now I've seen the. I was blown away. I'm trying to think. We were
and the
here.
dogs, the
Wow,
dogs too. The
wow,
dogs, they born in it too. They just jump on there. They know how to ride. It's just
wow.
amazing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to watch and immerse yourself in this culture because it's wonderful. It's just, and it's different, but you got to change. Like I said, you got to change your mindset from coming from America over here because things are nowhere near the same. No, we're talking from the food to the people you meet because most of the foreigners here are really running from something.
Wow.
you know, and I found them to be, I'm just gonna tell it like it is, tell it like a ti is, most of them is rejects because there were nobodies at home.
Wow.
Whether
So
it's the UK, we're Westerners, whether it's the UK, Australia, is just something, you know, and they're different. They're different. And unlike me, I just want some dang on peace so I can heal my mind.
so do you think that they feel like a somebody over there? You said they were nobody at
Oh,
home, but when they come there, they are
yeah.
somebody.
They can create whatever narrative that they want to. So we don't know. And when I say that because the young lady who did what she did to me, she couldn't go back home. She was banned from her family. So she had nothing to turn to here. She couldn't go home. She didn't have an income. She didn't have the means to support herself. And you have to always remember, we're humans. We're
Yes.
flesh and blood. People are jealous of you. That exists everywhere.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I don't care
Wow.
what country you go to.
That's right. That's right.
People are jealous. And if people see that you have something that they don't have, and if they're those type of people that will do whatever it is by any means necessary to get what they want, they're gonna do it. I that was a real wake up call for me. That was a wake up call because you know how I am. You know I'm kind. You know I love on people hard, and I did not want to see that girl and that baby on the street.
So I saw you the other week getting your hair done. You got your locks done. So what's that experience like? Locks and nails and all those things that we're
But
used to.
oh, so here's my new set.
Yeah. So they do pretty
That's
good with all that over there, huh?
Oh, they Vietnamese. That's who do our stuff at home. They the best of the best. The products are the best here. It's a lot more affordable. I got my nails, my feet done, designs, everything for $25.
How much is $25 over here?
So $25 over there, in V&D, which is Vietnamese dong, is approximately 500,000. It's like $19.52.
Wow.
So it's 500,000 V&D plus it's probably 600,000 altogether. And their money is big.
So
It's all in the thousands.
so let me ask you this. So $1 for us would be how much there?
V&D, uh $1. Oh my God. It is
Let me
like,
see if I can get my
I
phone to
don't have
convert.
my calculator, but hold on one second. Let me
Yeah.
grab it.
So we're talking to Shay, right? And Shay is literally a person that is from the US. She has moved over to Vietnamese now, and she's talking to us about her experience. If you're ever thinking about traveling or moving or going there, listening to her is really going to help you to really understand what you need to do. So while you're doing this, I want to remind you a couple of things. If you're coming through here, I want you to make sure that you please share this with 5 of your friends, okay? And if, whatever you do, please, please, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I know that Shay knows a lot of people around the world, from the West Coast to the East Coast to now globally, Thailand and all these places, right? So I want to tell you too, if you have a story, not only do I want you to subscribe, but I want you to know, reach out to me, comment and say, I have a story. Just write it, say, I have a story, and we'll get your story told too, because that's what we're all about. And I'm glad that Shay is sharing this because we want people to be careful, because I travel a lot. And one of
You
the good
sure
things for
do.
me is I'm going to be going to see her. It's good to know somebody when you go these places,
Mm-hmm.
because when you're visiting, it helps when if you don't know nobody, get a tour guide. Get a tour guide, because you want to be safe when you go to places, because a lot of time these countries, they're trying to make money off you. So when tourists come, they're trying to make money.
Yeah.
They're trying to
Facts.
make money. I'm just saying. They'll tell you the excursion is safe and you might go off a cliff. I mean, I saw in Greece a very bad accident where I saw a couple on a what do you call the bikes, the dirt bikes, the big bikes. I saw them go onto the bus and get dismembered, and it was very devastating for us. We
Mm.
we literally sat there for about 30 minutes on the bus, and we couldn't talk. We couldn't say anything, because here it is. I'm looking at two live human beings go up under the bus on it's a, what do you call it, ATVs. And
Mm,
they said in that city that the people were encouraged to use them because that was like the thing to do, but it was dangerous. So you
mm.
were going around curves and they went up under the bus and I saw legs and feet and arms and we couldn't say nothing for a while. It was hard because all I could think of is that's somebody's child, somebody's mother,
Yeah,
somebody's sister.
for
And I
sure.
was like, man, and that's
That's
why I tried to
devastating.
educate them. That was a
That's
lot.
devastating.
That's very devastating, for sure. So you figured out the money?
Yeah, so it is actually $1 here. It's 38 on the dollar.
Wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you could take a nice vacation there. You could take a nice
Hmm.
vacation there. Would you
You could take a
recommend
wonderful.
would you recommend coming there as a vacation?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a beautiful 4 bedroom house. 4 bedroom, 4 bath, 2 rooftops. I have a beautiful house.
Two
Uh,
rooftops?
mhm. And it cost me $670 USD.
Two
And
rooftops. What's the purpose of two? What I don't
so
why?
it's one in the front and it's one in the front and one in the back of the house.
No. And so the square footage would be
I
equivalent.
can't even give you the square footage. It's
Well,
huge.
let me ask
It's
you, is it
my house
small,
is like a
medium, large?
hotel. My homegirl calls it a hotel. That's how big my house is. And
Wow.
it's a beautiful house. Would love to share it. I've been thinking about hosting, but ever since that incident happened, I kind of steered away from that because you don't know. I'm one of those spirit-filled people. You don't know what kind of demons people are bringing with you, but I'm definitely gonna make this house pay for itself. You know me.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Shay. What do you need to rent or to buy? Remember in Thailand, how easy
Money,
is it?
money. That's
No
it.
credit
So
score.
no, so I was about to tell you in Southeast Asia, there's no such thing as a credit scoring system. So as long as you have the money, you get what you need. That's it.
That
Plain and
that
simple.
takes away a lot of the pressure,
Plain and simple.
man. So no background checks, no credit
Nope.
checks.
Nope.
Just come with the money and go get now. And so,
Yeah.
wow. Are there people available to you to kind of take you around and look at the property? The same type of system like
So
there is in the States?
yeah, they have realtors here, and a lot of people use realtors. It helps to know somebody, though, to know somebody,
Definitely.
to know somebody. Like, as far as for me, my landlord, she lives 4 doors down from me. She the most beautiful, she the most sweetest person that I could have ever. And God knows what He's doing. He's placing people in my life that I need that are on the up and up because I've been through so much abroad. And not even just that, it's just, it's a requirement. Like, and He knows what I need. I'm here alone and I'm not the only one.
Yes.
There's people here with families. My friend Victoria, she's here with her 4 kids. We have women, black
Wow.
women that
Wow.
moves abroad, that has moved abroad, that's here, and they have a network. They have, they come together. I went to a child meeting, a meetup with the kids, and they do some amazing things. But you just got to be careful. I
What about
must
entertainment?
reiterate
What
that.
about entertainment? What do y'all do for entertainment?
So I'm in Da Nang, Vietnam. Da Nang, baby. They call it Baby Miami because I'm on the beach. This is a beach town, and the whole city, Da Nang is a beach city. They have some wonderful. They have a place called Banar Hills. They Santra. You go to Marina, the beach. They got some stuff, but the surrounding areas also too. Um, it's Vietnam is not the Vietnam that we were taught when we were coming up
Yes.
about the
Yes.
war
Yeah.
and all that stuff. It's changed tremendously. But I'm gonna tell you, the locals haven't forgot. But one thing I can say from being here, they're very receptive, and I feel like they're nicer than the Thai people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can You can go. You have something to do. Music. I mean, if you go somewhere, are we gonna get our groove on? Are we gonna?
Girl, you gonna party? You gonna
Are we
party?
gonna
I'm
hear
too
anything
old.
we heard? Are
I'm
we gonna hear music that we're familiar with or no?
Girl, that's all they play here is R&B, hip
Really?
hop. That's all they play. Karaoke is a big thing. They have karaoke bars, karaoke clubs, and the only reason why we probably don't hear it tonight is because we're in an active storm. But
Wow.
when I tell you Vietnam is lit,
Wow.
Vietnam is lit.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Vietnam is an amazing place. It's nothing, and all the lights, and then you got the Dragon Bridge. It breathes fire out its mouth and shoot water out the tail. It's a bridge.
Yes.
Then you have all the hotels, and then you have the river boats, and then you have the ocean, and then you have the river, and then it's it's a beautiful place.
So it's
It's an
scenic, very scenic.
amazing.
It's
Oh,
pretty.
very scenic. Absolutely.
Wow.
I promise you. I haven't seen one thing twice. Now, if we're going in, so we use Grab here, which is Uber, very inexpensive. So my 30-minute ride to get from and it's only 30 minutes because of the traffic to get from my house to, which is like 20 minutes from my house to the beach. Because they got stoplights, but too and far between. And so it takes a little while. Traffic is all day, all day. Even
So
probably
hold
right
on.
now.
When you call Grab, you're getting a motorbike,
No, when you call Grab, it's like Uber. You have
or
the
you're
option
getting a
of
car. They
you
do
have
have
it,
cars.
you have the option of getting a car or a bike.
So
hmm
the cars, are they driving on the opposite side of the road, and then you get in a car?
Not in Vietnam.
Okay.
Not in Vietnam.
So in the car, it looks normal. Okay, got you.
hmm
Got
The thing about Vietnam is I would not encourage anybody to drive out here because what we used to is obsolete here. Like they'll bust a U-turn in the middle of traffic, in the middle of a tight road, and veer off to the other side of the lane of the other side. So oncoming traffic just it's crazy.
you. Yeah, that's
It's
how.
definite. It's a
Wow.
skill. It's
Is it
definitely a
is it
skill.
like 4-lane highway? So the street. I get what you're saying because when we go to these countries, that's how it was when I was.
Mm-mm.
I don't know why I can't remember where I was when we did the motorbikes, but they would zoop. Those bikes would zip it in between cars. I was
And that's the way of life here in Southeast Asia. Period. It's not a big thing like in Mexico or South America or Venezuela or Africa. I mean, they have them there, but in abundance, Southeast Asia is where it's at because there's so
wow,
many people
wow. So
and the
you have
traffic
to
be so bad.
organize
Just
something.
imagine all these people having cars. You'll never get anywhere.
So we got to organize a trip so people can come up there, a cultural experience where people can come up there and
Absolutely. And I'll
so
be glad to host.
yeah. And so, are you going to start any of your businesses there, Shay? Any of the things that you've done? If you did, what would it be?
So I've thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. And this place do give you that bit, let me start a business buzz, right? But the laws on starting a business, you got to have your paperwork in order. I mean, people do stuff under the table and behind the scenes. You can get a work permit visa. You can get TRC, which is temporary residency card, bank accounts. People got to think about stuff like that because if you get caught doing some shady stuff and under the table stuff, they ain't playing with us. And I don't look good in a jail here. I just don't. So I ain't gonna be able to wear no lashes, girl, and
Girl,
I ain't gonna be able to put my little lip liner on and get my forget all that. We're talking about my short, stubby fingers. I got to have my nails done.
yeah.
Ain't no way. I
Wow.
look great. I ain't too my own horn or anything, but I look amazing without make. I don't have makeup on now, but
And you
uh,
look good. We look, and you know what? Over there,
honey.
it's probably easier to walk around natural.
And that's what I've adapted to. You can catch me on any day, every day. There's not a day to go by that I wear my best dressed. Now let me just tell you about Hoi An. Hoi An is a place where everybody get their clothes custom made. It's definitely a tourist trap. I got this kimono custom made, and I got like about 11 pieces made, which I
Oh,
could
it
have
looks
got done here, but um, it was a wonderful experience. I wish everybody could experience Hoi An. It is a lantern city, just full of lanterns, just everywhere. It is just amazing. It is amazing. And I live 40 minutes from it. So you wouldn't have to fly in nowhere. Just come here. We jump in a grab and Uber, whatever you're going to call it, and go. But it is such an amazing experience. And I loved it. I loved it. And everybody should,
I'm
it's
gonna I'm
just,
gonna have to come check it out. I gotta figure out. So, are you gonna stay there? Because last time I planned, so I can't do anything until after this baby's born. Probably gonna do it.
no.
I probably won't do it in the winter. Now, what are the seasons there? What are the seasons? Do you have?
So we're full blown rainy season right now, and we're in October. So this is supposed to last till about January or February, from what I see. But what I can tell you is, um, it doesn't rain every day, and when the rain come down, it come down hard, but then it stops.
Do y'all have four seasons?
And it's hot. Not really. It's hot. It's warm. The water, the beach is hot. The beach is warm. The water, it's so different. It makes it bearable, because in the States I had serious seasonal depression. I
So
couldn't
you
take
don't
the
have to have
rain.
a coat there. So it's always warm, like
I told you my door is open.
70,
Look,
80 degrees,
my door
literally
is
wide
open.
open. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You sleep with your door like that?
No, I don't sleep with it like that, but everybody, I live in a residential neighborhood. It's a cul-de-sac. And not even just here, but everywhere you go in Vietnam, their doors is open. Because what happens is people have their businesses on the front part of their house, and then you step into the house. I can give you a little tour. Um, I can give you a little tour.
Uh-huh.
So this is the front of my house. So you come in, you have this space. It's like a patio in the
Oh, I
front.
see. Yes, nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So this
Wow,
is
it
my
is
house.
big, Shay. It is big. Wow.
And so
That's
really,
like a gated area.
yeah. Yeah, this is the gate. So if you look, I'll put it
Oh,
out
so
on top
that's
of
why you can leave your door
so
open because you got a
this is the
gate.
street.
Okay,
Yeah, so here's my lock here. And
nice.
so people have their businesses like right here.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it depends on what kind of house you have, because um some spaces are bigger. Their front area is bigger, and they have their business in their front yard. And then when you come step up, it's the home.
Wow.
So instead
Now,
of people
give me a
getting
tour
brick and
of the house.
mortars.
Show me the front, the daggone outside. Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah.
wanted to see? Okay, so
It
here's
says you got wow, Shay. Oh my God. Look at that.
oh, you
Look,
didn't see that?
I haven't seen your oh my goodness. That's beautiful. $600?
670.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take you upstairs. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek.
That's I love the stick. Oh wow. And no,
I'll
so
put
did
it.
you have to do like 1 month deposit?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. What happens is, because inflation is real here now, a lot of these landlords are asking, basically it's a money grab. Basically,
Okay,
so
it's
here's the
my
stairs. Yeah.
wow. That's
And
beautiful.
so a lot of them are asking
Look at
for
that. Oh, I love it. I love the
they're asking for
architectural.
2 and 3 months. Okay,
Look at
so here is, this is
wow.
one bedroom here.
Wow.
No, not that.
Yeah, that's huge, Shay. That's big.
Yeah, this is, yeah. And this
Wow.
is my bedroom, which is messy right now. And then Here's the bathroom on the second floor.
And I see the view. I see you got a big window where you can look out the outside. You just had a window you went past.
Yeah, here's the second floor. This is the bathroom on the second floor. And this is one of the windows.
Nice. Oh my
There's a
goodness.
bathroom in my bedroom. I'm gonna take you upstairs. So this is what I was talking about. I'm gonna
Look at
take you upstairs to the third
another.
level.
You have a third.
Ooh,
Wow.
baby, when I tell you this ain't no joke, I
Wow.
don't
Look.
even come up here half the time. This is one of the rooftops. This is the back rooftop.
Wow. Wow. Like a rooftop patio.
Mm-hmm. And this is where the washing machine is, and they built a brand new bathroom here. So here's the sink.
Wow.
There's a sink here,
That's nice.
and this is a standard Vietnamese home, but they have better. This
Wow.
is a bathroom.
So they have regular toilets because you know how you go in some places. Do you have regular outlets?
Yep. So
Okay.
this is a shower. This is standard.
Okay.
And
Okay.
in Southeast Asia, you're gonna run to the showers being in the same room as the bathroom. That's just how it is.
Okay.
And
Okay.
this is my rooftop here on the back.
Well, I'm glad you have
And
bars. So you have bars. So they like to keep you safe. So that's good.
uh-huh. And then this is another bedroom over here, and the rooftop is over there. Kids might, since we're hunkering down. My
Wow.
my
Hold the phone
friend,
down some. I've seen the ceiling.
yeah,
Oh,
my friend is here because
I got you.
we're
Got
in the store together. And this is the sunroof.
you. Okay. Okay.
And then
Listen,
this
well,
back is
that is amazing. That is truly amazing. I thank you for sharing. The space is unbelievable. So it's very
oh my
spacious.
God, it's crazy.
So would you say that in Vietnamese the spaces are larger than they are in Thailand?
Ah,
Because you said somewhere was small.
so okay, so what I meant by that is
That is so pretty. Look at
what's small is the fact that um the condos in the in the skyscrapers, remember the high rises that I was
yes,
in,
yes, yes,
and
yes.
that's all over the city. And a lot of them are like 36 square meters.
Wow. Now I see you cutting the lights up. Do y'all have to pay utilities?
Uh-huh. So it's standard for your rent. You pay electric. Some houses come with everything inclusive, which is kind of unheard of,
Uh-huh.
but you might find something that's definitely inclusive, but that's more likely to be a condo than a
Wow.
house.
Wow. So it sounds like you are fully acclimated now. You
I
are
am. I am.
comfortable.
I
Comfortable.
am. I'm still tweaking some stuff like the food. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I'm still, I'm not a foodie. And my friends are foodies and they just eat and I watch them and I just be like, eh. But
Yeah.
you know me, I'm just picky. So I'm still
You're
trying
still
to
adjusting. You're
find.
still kind of
Yeah, I'm
adjusting.
still adjusting and I'm still trying to find the right foods, find the right ingredients to be able to cook my food to taste a little something like I like it. Because, I can burn when it comes to cooking, girl. I can burn.
Okay.
But I tried to cook some salmon. That was really good. I cooked some salmon and mixed vegetables and some mac and cheese.
Okay.
Everything, the salmon was good, but the mac and cheese and the mixed vegetables just
So
wasn't doing
there
it.
they don't have like Walmarts and stuff like that. They don't have
No,
shopping malls.
no, No, they have shopping malls. Yeah, they have shopping malls. Just they don't have the ingredients that we are accustomed to. And so I knew that. So I brought all of
Your
my
condiment?
seasonings.
Yeah, you
I
had to
brought
bring
my
it.
condiments. I brought my, so that's another thing. Pickles. You're not gonna get a Vlasic pickle here. You know
Wow.
what I'm saying? Like how we have accessible, we have access to pickles. It's all everything is homegrown. So you're gonna see a cucumber, a tiny cucumber, pickled or pickled and cut up, and then it's sweet.
Wow. Wow. Well, Shay,
Mayonnaise, sour
man,
cream, stuff like that. So those little things. So just be mindful. You got
wow.
to change your mindset before you go abroad. You have to. You have to.
What about love? I guess next thing you got to find love there, then you be good. That's the only thing you're
Girl,
missing.
I ain't listen. Didn't I just tell you I was in menopause? I ain't worried about nobody's love. And girl, it's hard enough dealing with this mind of mine. So yeah, nah.
Wow. Well,
I
listen,
wouldn't.
I'm so glad to know that the adjustment has been flowing smoothly for you. You've gotten that incident out of the way with the young lady.
Yeah, for sure.
And it sounds like now you are in a good space in all areas, mentally, emotionally,
Yeah,
spiritually, physically. And you are now just coming into your own, your own space, and maybe
yeah,
now your family will start to come visit you and the
yeah.
people who you want. And
I
you could
spent
just,
my first month fighting for my life here. My first entire month. I was in Ho Chi Minh City for 20 days. And I will never forget it. I will never forget it. So just be careful, guys. Be careful. Um, it is hard to be careful because you do get lonely and you do see some stuff. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm one of those people. I try to help, especially because I'm a chosen one. I'm one of God's children, just like
right,
everybody else, and I don't want to see my people suffer
right.
if I can help. But some people take that and run with it, and that's what happened, and used some outlandish ass allegations, sexual assault, to get what she
Whew,
needed. She gathered a story, so
whew. Well,
I just strongly
this is what I
encourage
want to
people.
do. I really thank you for sharing the story. I want to give you the opportunity to give some closing remarks so you can kind of just like we could bring this to a close, and just if it's anything I didn't
Yeah.
ask you but you want people to understand about.
No, you did a good job, Crystal Bodie Smith.
Well, no, I mean, like if it's anything that we didn't touch on that is important to you, that you want people to understand about where Shay is now in her life, and what you want people to understand about your journey, and about what you want people to understand about, life itself. The people that knew you here in the States that may be going through, any message that you want to send to anyone, I want to give it
I do. I
opportunity.
would like to tell people, um, and that goes for anybody. Um, Step outside your comfort zone. What you think that's good for you ain't always good for you. And it's not always good to you. Um, there's always a better life. If you choose to move out the country, do it because you want to do it for you, not because you're running from something. I also want to say that it is definitely possible. There's peace on the other side. And if you ever need help, hit me up. I'm Shay Nomadic Rebel Goddess on TikTok. I'm Shay Nomadic Rebel Goddess on YouTube. You can also catch me on Facebook, Shay Thompson. You can also catch me on IG, um, Shay Williams Callie. Um, and if you need help, questions, I'm always here to help. You can call me, hit me up. Yeah.
How do you spell that? Shay Nomadic? Is it all together? Shay,
Yeah, it's all
SHAY?
one word. It's SHAYN as in Nathan, O M as in Michael, A D like David, I-K, Rebel, Rebel, Goddess, Goddess.
And where's that?
That's TikTok
Okay.
and YouTube.
Okay, so we're gonna make sure that we get this so you can have it on there so they can see it on there as
Yeah,
well.
Shay Thompson is Facebook.
And so what's that? You changed the name?
Yeah, because I don't remember I was hacked a few years ago. I had to start all over again. I was hacked. Shay Williams was hacked big time. I
Okay,
didn't know
so
I was either, but oh well. Everything happens for a reason.
and you want to put a number? You said they can call you. They can reach you how?
You can put my email down. Shay Nomadic Rebel Goddess. Same was spelled the same way, but add 2023 at gmail.com. They can always hit me up on my email.
2020 what?
2023 Shay
2023
Nomadic
or 23?
2023.
2023 at Gmail.
Shay Nomadic Rebel Goddess 2023 at gmail.com.
All right. So listen. So any shout outs you want to do or anything you want to say to
I
anybody?
just want to shout out. I want to shout out my my community here, Mazo Anderson, Victoria, and yeah, my landlord Dawn, Wynn, and my people back home who support me, whoever that may be. Um, I shout them out too because I still love y'all. Just because I'm afar doesn't mean that I don't. I just require a different living now. That's
Wow.
it.
And so Shay is sending her love from Vietnamese to all of those in North Carolina. I know you miss your boy that used to do all your
Oh,
recording.
nomadic. You spelled nomadic. It's a K instead of a C. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'll fix that. Let me fix that
Yeah,
now. So
it's
it's nomadic with it.
Nomadik. My
Uh,
bad. That was my fault.
okay, so it's K.
So I'll be having a book coming out soon. So I would like
Nice.
people to watch out for that. And I'm gonna have a couple ebooks on how to relocate, things like that. Support the channel. I haven't really been focusing on YouTube quite as much as I need to because yeah, I just been going through so much. But I'm gonna be back. I'm back. I'll probably be starting to upload again next week.
So guys, look out for Shay. You know, she always has a word for us, and she's going to be sharing her experience on her journey and you know, all those clients and customers and artists that you dealt with. It's a lot of people that you've touched, Shay. You've touched a lot of lives, and now you really are helping people understand that they need to make sure they're looking out for themselves. I mean, as we go on life as a parent, a husband, wife, daughter, sibling, whatever, caregiver, especially caregivers, y'all, especially caregivers. Make sure you listen to your own body. Make sure you're taking care of yourself because it's really not fair. It's not fair to just live life for others and not be happy. You know, a
Yeah.
lot of people are not happy. That's why mental health is where it is. People are not happy. And we're doing stuff and doing stuff and doing stuff. And so get some help, man. Get some help, whether it's therapy,
Yeah.
a holistic way, whatever it is, church, counseling, whatever,
Church.
whatever,
Right.
something. Do something.
Absolutely.
You can't run
Absolutely.
forever. You cannot run
I
forever.
face it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thank you for that message, Shay, because we all deal with something. We all deal with something, and I keep myself busy all the time, and I tell people that's how I deal with my grief because
Mm-hmm.
everything, and then still last now with my sister, kind of keeping up to her, and I'm always keeping myself busy, and a lot of times I realize that
And
this.
that's what has us so messed up, the busyness. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that because we're gonna crash and burn. I've been there. I felt like my head was burning. Like when I finally enough it, I just can't. I gotta go. Like
Yeah.
I just it's the noise in the head, it's the constant busyness. We gotta stop.
And
Got
so
to.
on that note, y'all look out for yourself. Listen to your body, pay attention to your body. Go get checked out. Don't ignore yourself. Don't ignore yourself. We pay more attention to others than we do ourselves.
Yeah. Love
You
on
know, we
yourself.
pay more attention to others than we do ourselves. So, Shay, you know, I love you. I thank you. I
Love
appreciate
you
you.
more.
Glad that we got a chance to have this conversation.
Yeah.
I pray that it will bless somebody and really make
I
somebody
hope
think.
so.
Leave a comment, and tell us what you got out of this. Like, talk to us. Like, did this help you to realize that you need to go get checked out? Did this help you realize that you need to stop running? Did this help you realize that people are taking you for granted? I mean, what did you get out of this? Because Shay touched on a lot of things. Did this help you realize that when you travel, you need to do more research? I mean, what did you get from this? Because it was so much that we touched on, and we want to make sure that you did it. We don't do this just to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we know people out here for entertainment, but we're out here to bring awareness and to empower you. You understand what I'm saying? To inspire you and to give you revelation so that you can be better, you know?
Yeah.
And I thank you so much. I thank you so much. And as you look at this, leave a
Thank
comment.
you.
Tell Shay that you're here.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your platform. I really appreciate
Well,
it.
you
And
know,
I'm
we've
so
always done
proud of
that,
you.
girl. We've always
I'm
done
so
that for each other, you know.
yeah.
And
Facts.
gotta keep up with these babies. Now we gotta keep up with
Right.
these babies and grandchildren and keep up with each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to know you're okay. I
Absolutely.
just wanted to know you were okay. I wanted to have this conversation so I knew you were okay.
Yeah. I'm
Because
good.
it was a big move when you took that leap, girl. When you took that leap, I was like, she's serious? She's not coming back? I was like, she's serious. She's not coming back. Like, that's deep. So I had to get understanding, but now I understand. I understand that you did it for you.
Yeah.
And
For me.
I have a tag, I have a hashtag where I say, do it for you. And you did it for you.
Yeah.
And I admire that because I do so much for my children. And I keep saying, like, I'm going to be 67 on my next birthday in February. And I keep saying, like, okay, it's time.
67.
67. I know I don't look at y'all, but 67. So,
You
but
don't.
I don't look like what I've been through.
Right.
But I have sacrificed a lot.
Yeah.
And I have yet to do life completely for me.
See what I'm
So
saying?
when I'm typing it and when I created the hashtag and I'm telling it to you, I'm telling it to myself so that I can embrace it 100%. I do a lot
See
for
what
me.
I'm saying?
Travel for me. I travel. I do a lot for me, but I'm not where Shay is. I'm not where Shay is because I'm always still considering my sister. I'm always still considering my cousin. I'm always still considering my children. I'm
Yeah.
always still considering my business or my job.
Mhm.
So I would love to be where you are, where I can just say screw everything and everybody, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there
Yeah.
yet.
At your
So,
own pace. You're a work in progress.
but I
And so
am,
am I.
but
And
I
so
am
am
in
I.
a place where I am okay. But I do know I owe myself more. So I thank you for giving you permission to totally relinquish everything and everybody
Mhm.
and just worry about yourself.
Mhm.
And everybody else is grown now. See, that's the thing. They
Yeah.
grown.
They grown. Grown
They
and
grown.
gone,
And we
girl.
worrying about grown folk.
Yeah. We
And
worried
you,
about grown folks. And then, people be like, well, what about my house? I still got my house. I still got my property in Alabama. I still got it. But guess what? If I had to walk away from it today, guess what I do? Hands down. I'm walking. I'm running.
for
If
your
I had
peace,
to do it. Yeah.
for your peace.
Just for my peace. I
Wow. I
sure
thank
will.
you for that message, man. Thank you for that message. Final words. Any final words?
Peace, love, and abundance. And I wish everybody, happiness, man. I know our country is going through some things right now, but just hold on just a little while longer. But if you can get out, I strongly encourage you to. Peace and blessings.
Woo! And on that note, this is your girl, Krista Bodie Smith. I'm your hope catalyst. You know what I say? I say keep hope alive. My mission is to stir up the gift, instill hope, and save lives. We'll be back tomorrow night on Storytime. Please, please, please don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it is so important. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and share it. And let Shay know that you've seen it. God bless you, Shay. I love you. You've been
Thank
watching
you so
Storytime.
much.
See you tomorrow at 9 p.m.
Love you more.
Hang out until it ends, until you see the red light go off, Shay, okay?
Okay.
Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, see you on the next Storytime. It's your girl. Peace.
A catalyst for change with the chance to thrive. Crystal is the one to stir up gifts and save lives. You get exposure, promotion, and marketing too. And advertise for business owners just like you. On Storytime, your interview is global. Virtual or in person, just come on the show. Yo, your story matters. Crystals will open the door. 40 years of experience, ready to give you more on Storytime. Get ready for Storytime. Hey, come on.